Hey guys, Tara here. Back to the GTL Racing video, coming straight into the race here. Starting from pole position, for once we're not starting right at the back, and this race can only go horrifically wrong, can't it? Every time we start at the front, we never make the opportunity last, and there's Pride there, dives up the inside, into the wall, and oh come on, they've taken us out with them! And what did I just say? I just jinxed it, didn't I? As soon as we get into the lead, and actually get out of the way if everyone else is trying to get it going just about. We can make our way through all these cars here. We're in the lead of the race, and we're down now in P8. This race has gone horrifically wrong off the start. Back up into P6 though, so it's not been the worst. We've been a pretty decent recovery actually. She uses power now of our Shatter V12, and are you serious? It actually just drives over the top of the checkpoint. At Rockstar place there, and I can do nothing about jumping over the top of it with a car that's too fast for this race, but is in the sports class, so it's an option to use. Yeah, this race couldn't have gone any worse, it really, could it? We're down now into P10. It's P10 last, oh, it's near enough last. There's 12 of us in this race, and any chance of us winning this race has now completely gone out of the window. But then again, that pride and no-scoped us pretty much took away any chance of us winning this race in the first place anyway. Can we even get this landing right? Yes, we do. Yeah, we get the landing right, but moving a bit further on, we're up to 8th place. So somehow 4 people are still actually having a worse race than what I am. We're catching up there to the guy in front of us. And, well, we can use the pace of the Shafter V12 to try and gain some pace back in straight line speed at least, but then again, actually moving to 7th place, if someone must have fell off the jump or something. Going up now to this LG behind us, going through the stunt tube, and oh my god, how are they finding so much pace? The LG is like one of the slowest cars in a straight line in the sports class. How are they going so quickly? And the footage cuts once again, and now we're up into 5th place. He's made up 2 places, and I don't know how, because my footage, my PS1 just loves to cut out the most relevant points of my footage, because this bit here, that's completely irrelevant. No, it doesn't cut that bit out. We just cut out the bit that we actually needed to see. Yeah, can you tell them I'm a bit annoyed about this race? Yeah, they're just going for a massive corner cut there to the inside line. They're up into P5 though, so we've got a bit of a gap there to the cars in front of us. And you can see them on the mini map, they're not too far in front of us, about 4 seconds in front, so if they're not in a pariah, then I should be able to make up that time difference, honestly. You can see them there in front of us as going through the smoke, so I'm definitely catching up to them, but I don't know if that's just because I'm in a faster car or just because of catch-up, so either way, I don't know whether, I hope I'm ahead of that pariah that no-scoped me at the start as well. And then just come through. This stunt tube has caused me quite a few problems in the past. Hopefully you can try and get it right side of lining a bit of the wall. It went up pretty good for us. And I can say to just try and use all the racing lines using all of the curb boosts now. I've done these races how many times over the past year or two? They've been in the game now, so I know where I'm going definitely around these races, but then again I think everyone else it just ends up being those typical stunt race where people, they know these races a lot better than what I do. We are still catching up though to those 2 cars in front of us. Actually, yeah, 2 cars in front of us. I can see them on the mini-map there, just going through that right-hander. Actually, there's 3 cars there, so we could be on for 2nd place if we can actually catch up to them, and I'm hoping that one of them is that pride from the start, if we're not ahead of them already. And coming up now, up into pretty much the final sector of the lap. And pretty much nothing we can do besides just floor it now, try and keep up with them. We are gaining on them. You can see the gap between us now is definitely closing, but I think we're just going to run out of time to catch them. If another lap, I definitely would have called them, but then beating them is another thing, because catching and switching them would then start affecting me as well. And coming up for the jump. Actually, looks like 2 of them here have had issues, maybe taking each other out, and made a move past one and make phone past Pride, but that wasn't the same Pride. Actually, the other car had issues, and another one had issues as well. We get up into 2nd place. If you said I'd be in 2nd place by the end of this lap, I would not believe you there. But all 3 cars making mistakes, taking each other out. You can't script this, honestly, can you? But then again, we're now getting close to the leader and talking to the leader. He's actually just finished. And it looks like 2nd place is going to be the best that we can get out of this race. We don't get the best line in the world, but still we got the gap over the cars behind us. They are going to be gaining back on us, but we only got 1 corner left to go. So honestly, I think we should be able to keep it now into the 2nd place. Now we come now around the final corner, now going for the curb, now over to the finish line and be 2nd place. Actually, there's that pariah. That's the one that took us out. Coming on to the 2nd race, we're in the T20, and as you've seen by the thumbnail, the start of this race is a little bit chaotic. We're starting towards the back, so back to normality. We're starting down the P now. We're getting a good start. They're trying to find out on the inside, but getting very close there to the edge. Just trying to feather their way around the outside there of all of the cars that ran to the inside. They're actually a huge car. There we go, completely flipped by an X80 Proto. And we managed to get ourselves back on the road at least. Back down the P now, so back to where we started. And there's that X80 Proto having problems. We get back in front of them. Too close for us to oh, we've got a lag boy. I don't think I can see lag boys in my races anymore. His people genuinely have good internet now. Going side by side with a lag boy. I think they are actually going side by side. And going for the code. Now, trying past there, comes back on the track. Very dangerously there. We make them move past them. But now into before again, very close here to try and maximise the pace. Because this C20 does have some pretty good pace in terms of track. That's pretty good now actually into a podium position. Will be into second place. We're just getting 2 places out of absolutely nowhere. And then going so now this time past the leader race. A little bit of contact there with them. Into the compromise line, checking the tight line there. It's going to kill our momentum a little bit. We're up now into the lead of the race, which is the crucial thing. And to try and pull away a little bit. Actually, that's a passage actually been taken out by that's like a Wagner behind or something. Yeah, in the typical case of Tempest, so I guess if you're sorry for that Tempest, they were leading the race, we come shooting past them, and then here come 2 other cars and completely take them out. And I've got a few cars getting behind us, of course, because catch up the slipstream is on, as is the usual case with these new lobby stunt races. Actually, here comes a Wagner trying to make a move around us, and now the Wagner's actually going to take us out. Why? Why is the point of that? I honestly don't understand the point of that. I mean, it's a valid way to win the race, that is for granted. Still, can people just not have some common decency, like that blue T20 from the last video, which took us out, his own fault, and actually gave up the victory? But now then, we've still got another car actually gaining on that Wagner. Actually, honestly, I hope someone takes out of. Oh, look at that Wagner being a little sweat, going for the curb as well. I'm calling it now, they're stunt race sweat. No, actually, they've lost the lead though, which is the main thing. I'm actually happy about that. Actually, the leader's upside down, but you just couldn't ramp up the wheels there of the leader. Who was in the lead. Now we're coming up now up against this Wagner. Now, how do we go about getting past this Wagner? Do we make a clean overtake or do we take them out? And then go all the way up the inside and make a clean overtake there? Because we're a clean racer, to show them that you can actually overtake a car without making contact with it, which is probably something they've never actually seen before. Coming out of this tunnel, trying to break the slow stream as much as we can, but in GT racing there's not really much you can do to break the slow stream. We're going to need a good landing here. We're trying to get a slingshot towards the finish line. Actually, it looks like they're doing flips. So they're upside down. Yeah, they're doing flips. Hopefully it doesn't land them. Hopefully they'll land upside down and explode or something. But we get a great landing there, actually. I think that's the best they've actually ever landed on that jump. Actually got a bit of the footage cuts because I don't even know anymore. It just does. But now they're coming up there to the finish line. We've got a bit of a gap though to that Wagner in second place. They're coming up for a landing. We don't get the best landing in the world, but coming up to the finish line, we've got to win this race. And there's that Wagner. We beat the sweaty Wagner. And that proof you don't need a Wagner. You need a T20, and here's that X80 Predator took us out at the start, and then they're quite some way behind, aren't they, actually? The David Bomber 2004. It was a sweaty stunt race 14-year-old. That makes it even better that I beat them. I do not want to lose to them. Looks like this X80 Proto in the background, though, has given up. And where's the Tempesta? Oh, down in 7th place, so they've reunited. They're not even finished yet, so... Yeah, I don't think this race, all in all, could have gone actually any worse for them. But where is this X80 Proto in the background actually going? I honestly don't know. Well, Zentorno running off the podium, so the Wagner does not reign supreme for once. Actually, I don't know what this X80 Proto in the background is doing, or where they're actually trying to go. Actually, I know they've got a friend now. They come down here with the T20. Actually, going to go just feed their way through the gap. Now, actually, they found their way to like the hippie kind of area. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, leave a comment down below as well, subscribe if you're new and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Remember to join my Discord server, which is completely dead, so it's up to you if you want to. Yeah, but anyway, there'll be a link down below along my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which I use, so definitely go and follow me on those 3. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.